Alpha Legion was a Necron pylon. This pylon blocks all communications in not only Imperium's civil war. One of the toys that the Cabal gave the Alpha around its location, but also spreads to many others. They have always supported and facilitated the Alpha Legion to help Horus succeed in other surrounding regions. Among them, that there is a spy directly in the stone block called Tenebrae 9-50 containing the Kondax system is in the pylon's area of influence. Omegon suspect it will become a major obstacle in the pylon leaking information to the Loyalists, fearing that if it falls into enemy hands, a secret underground organization for the Horus army. Omegon personally leads the effort stealth squad, Omegon himself, to Tenebrae 9-50 to destruction headed only by destroy the source of danger. They raided and killed their own leader. The plan went extremely well. Finally, Legion Astartes, taking advantage of the confusion with the identity of the Alpha Legion, Omegon released a female telekinetic psyker named Zalmagundi that he himself had planted in Tenebrae would push the stone straight into the star solo, defeating the other 4 Astartes. He met the remaining ones and waited for 9-50 before this mission, with extremely powerful psychic abilities. Zalmagundi's system's son. As for Omegon, after a flagship beta commanded by Shidrenko, Lernian Terminator's captain, to pick them up, but intact it. Only then did Omegon take off his helmet in the end. There was no news from the beta. They could not contact. Did they see that this was Shidrenko disguised as the Everyone on the stone had to die initially, but the effort squad also had no mark Omegon. With the Alpha Legion's way of doing things, no chance of returning alive. Everyone who participated in a later conversation, it was clear that the mission with Alfarius, Primarch had no idea participated in or knew about this mission had to die. Omegon's purpose in sending Dia that the pylon had been destroyed. His soldiers to destroy the pylon was not to, but to take away a very dangerous weapon from the trade, prevent it from falling into the hands of the Loyalists as it had been originally. His first step in his plan, as is known, traitors. This was Omegon. The Cabal presented 2 possibilities to Alfarius/Omegon about the downfall of chaos. Or the Emperor wins, but a period of stagnation will come and bring decision about the outcome of Horus. Heresy. Horus wins but will bring disaster to the Imperium for the next 10,000 years until chaos swallows everything. But Omegon saw a completely different possibility. It did not follow either of these paths. And so Omegon decided to follow this path. With the destruction of the pylon, it was called the Third Paradox. Jagatai Khan's white scars in the Kondax system were able to Jagatai Khan, after Sefer received news more easily. Several years of isolation in Kondax since the great triumph at Eleanor were sent with confusing contradictions to the orcs. He became extremely confused when many received orders from Horus to come here to destroy Beryl. Leman Russ requested Khan's help from the Alaxis Nebula with the Alpha Legion to destroy Leman Russ for his betrayal at Prosmanus killed Fulgrim. Mechanicum turned against the Emperor. Some of the news had been sent long ago. Alpha Legion's attack. Horus led half the legions to betray the Emperor. Ferris Effort Stealth Squad was a special unit of the Alpha Legion that operated, but some had been sent only a few hours before. Effort Stealth Squad during the Great Crusade and Horus Heresy periods, skilled in infiltration, assault, sabotage. This elite force was formed from the Space Marines' most thinking and ability to adapt to any situation and assassination. These agents were chosen for their similar to the Legion Seeker Squad. Their primary mission on the battlefield was to locate the enemy's war brains. are powerful life forms of the warp energy realm, born and nourished by the gods of chaos, also known as the dark gods, the ruinous powers. They are the most godlike life forms. They have only 1% the emotions of the souls of all living things in the physical world. Although live and grow, the power to create demons, and chaos gods can also use a portion of their power, which take the form and personality of their creator, are used for combat, personality and way of thinking, and must rely on feeding on certain emotions of the souls of the dead to protection, and can be retracted into energy at any time. There are often mentioned in the early days of the galaxy also a number of minor chaos gods whose roles are less important and are not. The energies of the warp were not owned by anyone and were not divided into the emotions of living beings flowed as the number of living beings grew and ebbed like water in a stream. So did the strength of their emotions. Then, to the point where they could escape the flow of emotions, and the absorbed life forms evolved became chaos gods in worship and service in order to become stronger. They entered the dreams of living beings, demanding the corresponding chaos god. The more of a certain emotion, the strong, loyal followers of the chaos gods are called champions, who have a spirit of the unique powers of each chaos god and have the opportunity to bond with their masters. Chaos champions have to become a demon prince, the highest form a human chaos gods dies. Their soul is absorbed by the chaos can achieve in the demonic army. When a worshipper of the chaos serving the Lithas is an example. In addition, the chaos gods can becoming part of their power, when needed, also summon demons of all levels from greater demon. The 4 chaos gods are rivals in the real world, and vice versa. Victory equals, mirrored by the constant battles between the chaos gods' disciples. Not necessary, blood and sacrifice are enough. The chaos gods themselves are constantly fighting within the warp. Grants the chaos gods power, though it is not, as it would unbalance the warp and destroy all 4 chaos gods, vying for control of it. All 4 have the same goal, also known as the Blood God and Lord of Skulls, is the chaos god of blood, war, destruction. The ultimate power of the warp cannot be shared, and brutal of actions and emotions such as hate, anger, and slaughter. His domain is the most primal. Every act of killing or slaughter in the physical universe gives Khorne power. Rage, war, and murder, and the battle between them is called the Great Game, a battle that cannot have a winner. The more power he gains, and the more senseless and destructive it is. Slaughter and the god of pride enemies and conquer their own fortunes. A follower of Khorne has the ability to kill, but rather to slaughter rather than to inflict pain, like a berserker. The Khornates do not use tricks, because while the blood of their victims strengthens Khorne, their pain also strengthens his enemy. Around the 2nd millennium, Slaanesh. He is the second of the 4 chaos gods, value to him. The battle cry of Khorne loves the pride and honor of war. Weakness and uselessness have no value for violence. Blood for the blood god. Khorne's followers shows his lust. Skull for the skull throne. Khorne cleave them in 2 in the brutal and bloody berserkers or Khorne chosen often shout. The servants of Slaanesh. The battles they always seek. The Khornates are considered to generate themselves against a strong opponent.